Hello, it's Marta from Panacea Digital. I'm a UX design consultant specialized in digital health. And in this video, I'll be breaking down the UX design of an app called Balance. So this is a guided meditations app, and there are some really good ideas here, especially around personalizing the content, adding gamification approaches, and also creating like a guided program to take the user on a bit more of a journey and help them learn the skills that they want to learn. So without further ado, let's dive in and have a look at what we can learn from this app.
Okay, so let's start with the onboarding flow. Welcome to Balance, a meditation program that adapts to you. Get started. What's your first name? Marta? Hi, Marta. So, a few questions to start personalizing your meditation program. So, I like that it's giving me this little introduction here. So, it's preparing me for the fact that I will have to answer a series of questions now. And it's also telling me why I'm going to be answering those questions. So there is a balance to achieve between personalizing the experience based on the information that the user entered, which is good, but also entering a lot of information is effort for the user. So best practice for all apps is to actually tell the user what the benefit, how they are going to benefit from answering those questions. So it is telling me here that if I answer those questions, the experience will be personalized for me. So this is a benefit I can understand. So I'm more willing to go through those questions and actually answer them. Okay, tap to continue. Select all the goals that matter to you. So again, I do like that they're asking me to select my goals here. So that's something really important for the apps because there's so much content on the internet that users can really access for free. So this app is for guided meditations, and the amount of guided meditations you can just find on YouTube for free, it's absolutely humongous. So the added value that apps can do, the way they can compete with all that free content out there, is exactly by personalizing the information and the content for the user. So it's great that there's so much free content, but it's actually a lot of effort for the user to sift through all that information and find something that's actually relevant and meaningful for them and for their specific goals that they want to achieve. So apps can really personalize that content for the user based on the goals that they select in the app. And also I like that it's the first thing that they're asking me to do because it's a subtle message that they're really interested in helping me achieve what I want to achieve. So they're not starting by asking me for my email address. They're starting by asking, what do I want to achieve? It's giving a subtle impression that they're really interested in helping me achieve what I want to achieve. So, for the sake of this review, let's say we want to improve mood. How would you describe your current mood? So let's say stressed, but I do really like that they're giving a not sure answer. So they're not forcing me to pick an option if I don't feel like any of those options are actually relevant to me. What do you usually feel happiest around? Let's say friends. Talk to others. How old are you? Your guidance will be tailored to your age group. Again, it's really good that they're giving a little bit of explanation for why they're asking for this information. So, especially wherever they're asking for personal data, like age, for example, or a lot of the apps are asking for things like gender, age, height, weight, all that kind of information that apps typically collect. It's always best practice to inform the user for why you're asking. And again, because they're telling me the guidance will be tailored to my age group, I also understand what the benefit is for me and how I'm going to personally benefit from entering this information. What best describes your meditation experience? New to meditation, tried it once or twice, meditate occasionally, meditate often. So they will be obviously personalizing my experience based on what's my current level of familiarity with meditation in general. And I do like that they asking in a way that's actually easy to answer. So estimating, so I tried it once or twice, or I meditate occasionally, meditate often. So these are tangible answers that as a user I can easily understand what it means. So it's good that they ask in this way and not asking me to select from like beginner, intermediate, advanced, because that can mean different things to different people, right? So it would be quite difficult to estimate. So let's say tried it once or twice. When would you like to meditate? I'm guessing they will be then asking me to add a reminder, which is good. So morning, afternoon, evening. So best practice for this kind of apps is to try to link it to the user's existing routine. So I do like that they ask in morning, afternoon, evening, although they could make it maybe a bit more clear in terms of why they're asking for it. So they could say something like, it's easier to build a habit if you are, if you develop a consistent routine and you try to do it at the same time every day. Or for example, they could say, it's easy to build a habit if you link it to an existing activity. So for example, meditate every day after breakfast. So that could give me a bit more insight into, okay, how I can actually help myself stick to this habit, and also why they are actually asking me to select the date, time of day when I'm meditating. Would you like a daily reminder? With reminders, you're twice as likely to stay consistent. So I like that they're giving me a benefit, so you're twice as likely to stay consistent. So as a user, I might be more enticed to opt in to those reminders if I understand how I will actually benefit from them. Yes, recommended, not now. So let's say, okay, so they will, okay, yeah, so here they're pre-populating 8 a.m. Based on the selection I made previously. So I said I usually meditate in the morning, so that's why they're pre-selecting. So that's quite nice. That's just making it a bit easier for the user to just click set reminder. Okay, so at this point they are asking me to create an account. So the first comment, I would like it if they allowed me to skip it and just start using the app as a guest. And that's something I always advise to the startups I work with. And the reason for it is that at the point of downloading the app and going through the first time experience as a user, I haven't yet decided that I actually want to use this app. So from my user testing and interviews, I've learned that typically what people do is if they're looking for a specific app, they're going to go to the App Store and download like 3 or 4 similar apps, and they're going to try all of them once. And then based on that one-off experience, they're going to decide which one they want to keep and which of them they're going to delete. So at this point, I actually haven't decided that I actually want to keep this app. At this point, I'm just trying to see how it works. So I always advise that the first time experience should be designed entirely around giving the user a sense of satisfaction, giving them a sense of how they're going to benefit from using this app, and everything else is kind of a roadblock at that stage. So asking me to create my account straight away before I even try the app is a bit of a roadblock. And if other apps that I also downloaded, like other meditation apps that I wanted to check alongside this app, if I like them, I might already drop out at this point, because it's an effort. On the other hand, what they're doing well here though is that they are asking for the account at this point and not at the very beginning of the flow. So what a lot of apps are doing, like create the account, is the first screen that the user sees when they open the app. which is even more of a roadblock. But in this app, I've already went through selecting some options, and I've already see that my program will probably be personalized for me based on all of those selections that I've made, and I've already put some effort into personalizing this app. So obviously at this point, I'm much more interested in creating an account because I really want to see what this personalized program is. Unlock balance for library of meditations, personalized training. Try free for 7 days, then 67 per year you can cancel. Okay, so I typically advise not to ask people to sign up for a premium before they try the app. And the simple reason is that I'm really just trying to see what this app does and see if I'm gonna like it before committing to this app. So, and that's something I've heard from user testing sessions repeatedly. Is like, I'm not gonna commit to paying you money before I've actually tried the app. So, but it's okay that the X out icon is quite visible. What I see sometimes other apps doing is that they make it really like obscured or grayed out or not visible, which is like, you're not going to make me subscribe just because you hide the cancel option. Okay, so let's X out of it. Martha's Foundation's plan details. Ongoing personalization. You answer questions each day to further personalize your meditations. 3-minute meditation. You start your plan with our shortest meditations, more guidance, feel happier and less stress. You learn skills to help you lower your stress so you'll feel happier and more at ease. So this is really good. I do like those plan details because they're explaining me very specifically how the plan is personalized based on the questions that I answered in the onboarding flow. So you can see more guidance. It's probably so your coach will give you more guidance throughout your first 10 days, 3 minutes. You start your plan with our shortest meditations. You can change the duration and at any time, and then feel happier and less stressed. So it's tackling all the options that I selected in the onboarding plan. So I said I meditate occasionally, so I'm quite a beginner. So they're giving me shortest meditations and more guidance. And also I said that my goal is that I want to improve my mood and that I'm currently stressed. So they're literally tackling all of those specifics that I selected in the onboarding flow. So that's really good because, again, coming back to the fact that where apps can really add value to the user in comparison to all the free content I can just find on YouTube is by personalizing the content and making it really, really relevant for what I'm trying to achieve. So this is telling me that the app is really doing that. So that's really good. And I also really like this ongoing personalization. So you'll answer questions each day to further personalize your meditations. So this is setting me up for ongoing use of the app. So, with the way it really should work is that the more I use this app, the more the experience becomes personalized. So, and that's how the app can really add value, not just at the very beginning, but in the ongoing use of the app. So it's really setting me for developing that habit of using the app on an ongoing basis, and I can see how the more I use it, the more personalized it's going to be. And I really like that they are prompting me here to just start my plan. So the onboarding flow should end with giving the user a sense of being one step closer to achieving their goal, or some kind of sense of satisfaction that the closer to solving their problem, or at least they understand how the app will solve their problem. So what I always advise is to end the onboarding flow with some kind of meaningful first action. So don't just drop the user into the home screen and expect that they're going to figure out what their next step should be. Intentionally prompt them to take that first step that will really give them a sense of being closer to their goal, because that is setting the user up to come back to the app next day. If I end this first experience without understanding how this app gonna help me, then I really don't have a reason to come back to it tomorrow. Okay, so start plan. Let's say what that will do. Welcome to your foundations plan. Your plan is designed to teach you the basics of meditation. Okay, that's exactly what I want to learn. Improve mood. This will help you achieve your goal. Okay, so again, they're emphasizing the fact that they're really personalizing the experience for me. Meditation is rewarding, but it can also feel challenging at first. 2 tips to get you started. Okay, practice daily. Okay. People who train daily benefit more. To form a habit, meditate at the same time each day. Okay, that's nice. So I've mentioned before, I wish that they already said something like that when they asked me to create a reminder. That's exactly the sort of thing I wanted to see there. They're telling me this here, which is also fine. Okay, so I like that they are adding these little tidbits of education before I even start my first meditation. It's kind of like education in context, so they're giving me little bits of knowledge here and there as I'm going through this experience. So I really like that they're asking me here to select between 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and 10 minutes. So this is tapping into this autonomy principle. So people need to feel in control of their experience with the app. So I like that they're not just predefining it for me and assuming that if I'm a beginner, I definitely want to start with 3 minutes, even though that's the option that they're recommending. But if I wanted to, I can increase it. So it's given me a feel of control over my interaction with the app. And also that's something that came out from my user testing sessions, is that people want to choose how much effort they want to put into their health improvement journey. So there's going to be people that come here and are very motivated, so they might want to change for just 10 minutes. But there are also going to be people that at the beginning of the journey, maybe they're a little bit unsure, they don't know if they can stick to it, maybe they're not very confident that they can actually do it. So for them to choose 3 minutes meditations will be much more approachable and will actually help them to start on this journey. Okay, how personalization works. Meditations are built based on the fact you share about yourself, cause, experience, age. Okay, so all the things I selected in the onboarding flow. Your meditation coach records a library of audio clips for each session. We assemble the audio clips to form a personalized meditation perfect for you. Okay, I really like this explanation here. So again, it's just emphasizing the fact that my experience is really personalized for me based on the selections I made in the onboarding flow. So again, it's really giving me the idea of what's the actual value of this app. Why would I want to spend money on subscribing to this app versus just using free guided meditations from YouTube or something I found on internet. And it is really interesting and smart approach to kind of personalization, to create like real small audio clips and then kind of put them together dynamically based on each individual's users' goals and preferences. So we're not going to listen to the whole meditation at the moment, but it is interesting. So they are prompting me to start my first meditation at the end of onboarding flow, and as I mentioned before, that's a good approach. So you want to end the onboarding flow with something that will make the user feel like they've already made a step, like they're one step closer to achieving their goals, because that gives them a sense of satisfaction and they understand how they will benefit from using this app on an ongoing basis. So that sets them up to come back to the app tomorrow and the next day. Now, I wouldn't expect that people would actually go through the entire meditation straight away, though that one is really short, so maybe. Um, but the reason for it is that that first time experience, people just want to preview the app, so they might not be ready to actually sit down and do the whole meditation. But there is still value in prompting people to do so because exactly they want to preview the app, because at this point they're really just previewing to see if that's something they want to keep, or maybe they want to delete it and try a different app, right? So they're definitely interested in previewing how main content, which is meditations, would work in this app. Okay, so after I've completed the meditation, they're giving me my session report. So time trained 3 minutes, daily streak 1 day, skills developed. And the other thing that I really like here, skills developed. So breath focus level 1. So it's also providing an additional education in context. So it's telling, let's see what it says. Skills level. Skills level measures the time you spend practicing each skill in plans and singles. Okay, level 2, level 5, level 10. So it's introducing a little bit of that gamification here, but it's done in a really smart way. So it's not just giving me random badges or random achievements for some arbitrary values. It's really linking it to the goal that I want to achieve. So I want to learn how to meditate. I want to become better at meditating. And it's really linking it to the actual skills I can develop. Gamification approaches are effective and they can really help the user stay on track, but they only work if they are linked to an actual user journey and the actual progression, and they are actually representative of some meaningful skills that I actually want to develop. It doesn't work if it's just a arbitrary system of badges based on some arbitrary values. Okay, tap to continue. Nice job. Come back tomorrow for the next day in your plan or explore our singles. Okay, so again, this kind of streak and kind of the green tick boxes that are showing me when I've completed my medication, that kind of stuff is also, part of the gamification approach. And that's nice because that's giving me the sense of satisfaction that I've done something for me today. So again, it's emphasizing how I can benefit from using this application. Okay, so let's have a look at the home screen. So next up, day 2 of 10 of my foundations plan, and it's available tomorrow. So first of all, I like that continuing my plan is the main action they are promoting on the home screen. So I usually advise that the home screen should really be designed around the one action that you want the user to take next. So this is definitely ticking that box. As a user, if I came into this application and was just going to take one action, this is obviously the action that they are promoting for me to take. So that's a really nice approach. So I do like that it says available tomorrow. So they are expecting me to complete the course day by day. So if I've already completed day 1, I have to come back to the app tomorrow to complete day 2. So again, that's setting up that kind of habit loop. So I'm expected to come back to the app every day. So if I start doing it as part of this initial foundations plan, I will start develop a habit of using this app on a daily basis. And the other thing that I really like about those plans, those 10-day plans, is that they're creating an easy to follow content path for the user. So they're actually taking me on a journey where by coming back to this app day by day and completing the next module, I will be progressing on that journey. And also, every time I come to this app, I know where to start. So it's not leaving me to browse and just decide on my own what I'm supposed to be doing in this app every day. It's actually giving me a very specific action. So it's creating an easy to follow content path. So if I come to this app and I'm I don't really know what I want to be doing today, it's really just giving me this next step. So it's doing the work for me. I don't have to figure out what to do next. So, okay, so apart from the next steps in my plan, they're recommending some additional singles or meditations from the application. So, I always advise that the home screen should really be centered around this one core action or the next most important action, which for this would be continuing my plan, but obviously the rest of this plan is not available until tomorrow. So they're recommending some other options for me here if I wanted to continue today. And I do like that there's not that many of them. There's only like 6. There's only 6 recommended options here. And that's really good. I think this home screen shouldn't be too cluttered because the home screen is where you want the user to come back whenever they are not sure what they should be doing next. And if this screen is too cluttered, there's too many things competing for my attention, then typically actually results in the user not taking any action, because it's a typical choice paralysis situation where too many things competing for my attention results in me not taking any action at all. Okay, let's have a look what else is in this app. So we have plans section. Okay, so this tab just has all the other plans that I can take in this app. So apart from the foundation plan that I'm already taking, all the other plans are here. Most of them are locked, so most of them are premium content. So if I click on a plan, it's obviously triggering the subscription prompt. Now I would like if they told me a little bit more about what is in this plan before they ask for subscription. So if I actually don't know what's in this plan, what topics it's going to tackle, how I'm going to benefit from taking this plan, why would I sign up for it? The plan that I'm on, Foundations, they 2 out of 10. Okay, let's see what they're telling me here. Okay, so here they're just telling me that there's going to be 10 days. Again, here I wish that they at least gave me like a really short heading of what's going to be in each day, just to get a sense of what to expect. So if there are any topics that are particularly interesting, it might motivate me to come back and continue with this plan. Right now, I don't really know what to expect. I don't really know how I'm going to benefit from sticking to this plan. So this is telling me what skills I'm going to develop if I take this next module of this course. And this is really good because again, it's emphasizing how I'm going to benefit, and it's really motivating me to stick to this course and keep developing those skills. And it's also again linking it to that gamification approach where I can see that I'm on level 1 right now and I have completed 3 out of 12 minutes. So I'm assuming that if I complete 12 minutes, I will be progressed to level 2. So again, it's a very good example of gamification where they're actually using that leveling up and that gamification approach, not in a random arbitrary way, but in a way that's really helping me to develop the skills that I want to develop. And again, I can change the duration of the meditation, and I can change the voice. So again, the time selection is just adding this additional autonomy. So it's really giving me a sense of control, and it's allowing me to choose how much effort I want to put every day into that meditation journey. Okay, So that list is relatively long, so it might benefit from adding some headings to divide it into like topics. So what I've seen working really well in other applications is that dividing the content based on problem area. So that usually tests really well in user testing sessions. So adding some content like improve my mood or um, battle stress and anxiety, that kind of headings are typically helpful for the user to decide what to find relevant content. Okay, so in the single section, we have the individual meditations that are not part of a bigger course. Okay, so these are nice. One thing that I really like about it is that they're tackling very practical everyday situations. So we have even things like holiday stress, um, kids, procrastinations, resolution. Um, so something that came out in my user testing sessions is that people very often want to tackle very specific everyday scenarios. So it's not only about the esoteric kind of approach to meditation and just becoming um, better at meditating as a whole. Very often people have a very specific problem that they want to tackle. Um, so usually tests very positively if there's content related to kind of everyday practical scenarios. Okay, and the intro page into the actual meditation is also giving me some interesting information. So anxiety, ground yourself to quiet worries, and then the actual skills that I will develop if I start this meditation. So this is really good because again, it's bringing in the gamification approach, and it's really motivating me to keep developing on this journey. I can see that I will be progressing from level 1 to level 2 and so on. Okay, so let's have a look at the profile section. So here they're telling me the total time I trained and my streak. So I just started, so it's 3 minutes and only 1 day streak. But this is basically the area where they will be doing most of that gamification. So I can see all of these skills I will develop and the level I'm at. Let's see what that's telling me. Okay, so that's given me a little bit of an explanation for what that skill is. So breath focus involves concentrating on the natural rhythm and movement of your breath. Benefits: improved attention, reduced anxiety, greater sense of calm. Okay, so that's really good because it's giving that additional background for why I might want to develop that skill and how I'm actually going to benefit from developing this skill. And then it's given me suggested meditations for practicing this skill. So this is really nice because this is creating kind of intuitive content path. So from this screen, if I want to practice and progress from level 1 to level 2, for example, just right away they're giving me recommended meditations to do that. So it's creating an easy to follow content path.
So that's all for today's review. I do hope you found it useful. And if you want to review your own app, I have a report and a checklist available from my website. So there would be a link in the description or on the page if you are looking at it on my website. And I look forward to seeing you in the next review.